I think the most important thing for Pietro is to continue the love, the dedication that he has for the sport. Because motor race is a very difficult sport. You have to have the love, the passion, dedication to succeed. He has. That's why he's doing so well.
I think my grandfather, the really good feature about it, I think everyone says, is he's a very smooth driver. I mean, everyone used to say that, and he used to be the driver that would set up the cars. The teams would hire him. Obviously, he was a fast driver, world champion, but he would set up the cars better than anyone else, and that's something that I've learned that's very important as well as a driver.
Well, I think it's so much more safety now, so much better now than used to be. I think there's a big transaction of safety. It was very dangerous, now it's much safer. I mean, he's inside a carbon fiber, very safe. The races are extremely competitive now. The World Series is the road to Formula One, and I think that's very important. I'm very happy to be driving for Lotus with Tony Charus. It's a very good team. His chance to succeed this year. I think he's in a very good position, very strong position this year, and very safe car. It's big change on safety. The cars are much faster into the braking, cornering, speeds through the corner. It's a big change.
Yeah, not so much the F1. The one I always watch was the IndyCar footage that you won the race, and also with Greg Moore.
Yes.
There's the interview that you did with him. Yes. And I watch a lot the IndyCar footage. It's very exciting, the last couple laps in the Indy 500. So it's amazing to watch.
Sure. Enzo is on a very good hands. It's fantastic to be on the Ferrari Academy. It's a gift to be there. And I'm sure they are going to give so much more experience from the Ferrari Academy to him that he's going to grow up very fast in the sport. Because, the physical training program, the simulator program from Ferrari, then driving the Faprema on the Formula 4 is a gift of God to him. I'm very happy.
Yeah, I'm really excited. First of all, it's an honor to be racing with a Lotus, on my car. My grandfather won his Formula One World Championship with them 45 years ago to this year, and we did really well with them in the testing. We topped 2 of the postseason testing with them, so I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a great year.
I think if you look at the last 10 years, is the category that launched most of the Grand Prix drivers into Formula One, what I call the road to Formula One. I'm very pleased that Pietro is there, has a great chance. Like he said, driving for Lotus, for me, it would be fantastic to watch him driving the black and gold car. It's all my history. And his chance to be in Formula One. I mean, you get so many names that are in Formula One now coming from the World Series. I think it's very well organized championship, has a lot of exposure. The cars are very good to drive. They are the closest car to Formula One, difficult cars to drive. Who succeeds there is going to be a good Formula One driver, no doubt about it. There's so much coming from go-karts. Today they start racing go-karts 5, 6, 7 years old, like Pietro start, Enzo start. My little son that was here today, 10 years old.
We started with 4 or 5 years
5,
old.
6, 4 sometimes.
Since we started walking, we were in
yes.
the car.
And I think this gives so much more experience of racing, of dicing into the sport. And I think you can be a much early age. Actually, after Verstappen, we have to put the minimum 18 years old, because if you don't have a driving license, how can you drive a Formula One car? But that's,
Yeah.
And the kids in go-karts now, Pietro, they look, the telemetry.
Yeah, they're already doing everything with the...
They have all the electronics telemetry, It's fantastic.
From a young age, they're already learning how to do what we're doing.
And you being, and Pietro has a very good background from NASCAR, because he was the first Latin America champion on the regional championship in Charlotte. And he has not just the experience from go-karts, from Formula, but drive on the oval, NASCAR car, that's difficult. He won I was very proud because you won when you was 15 years old.
Yeah, 15.
He won at 15 years old
Late model championship.
at the championship in NASCAR, and I think all this experience on him now, it's going to help and incredible.
Well, my first time in a racing track actually was with my uncle Max, who used to race Daytona 24 hours and all those types of races. So I went with him, even Christian, my mom's cousin, Christian Fittipaldi, who used to race those races. And I went a lot to the Daytona 24 hours. I mean, every year I would go there, watch the races, and I think that's what sort of got me into the racing. Because when I was born in '96, that's when my grandfather stopped racing. So then I had my uncle Max who raced, my cousin Christian who raced, and those who really like put me into the racing. And then I got my first karting, and it went from there.
I already called Toto Wolff, because after we sell 39s of this car, because every car will be a commemoration for one victory. And then I want to sell more cars, I want to go back to Formula One and win more races for Mercedes. I'm ready.
Yeah. I mean, it's a difficult, I get that question a lot, and I honor my grandfather a lot. Obviously, to me,
The
my
best Formula
grandfather-
One driver?
Yeah.
Now?
No, now we're in the history.
Now.
Best Formula One driver.
Well, now if I have to hire someone, I still get Fernando Alonso.
Fernando Alonso.
He's the most complete driver.
Yeah, you always
If-
said that Fernando was.
Yes. My opinion, is still the best with every good, I mean, there is 5, 6 extremely good driver, but in my opinion, is the most complete driver.
Okay, so you say who? And
No,
then
to me, is my grandfather. My grandfather is the best of.
Suspicious
all time.
opinion.
No, no, for sure. I mean, for me, it's a privilege to be racing with the Fittipaldi name. I mean, it's amazing, and my grandfather is my idol since I was a little kid, and yeah, for me, he's the best. But I'm trying to beat him. I'm trying to get there to beat him one day. We're gonna test this car once, and we'll see.
We'll be together.
and who did you say is the best current Formula One driver?
Fernando Alonso.
And why? Why is
He's the most complete driver, and that there is expression in English, he's a racer. Even if the car doesn't help, through the Grand Prix, he's always moving forward, surprise everybody. In the end of the race, he's always there, yes. He's a racer. There's so many good, fantastic drivers. We are very suspicious because for us, Ayrton Senna, we are Brazilians, for sure. But if you look at the history, Fangio, there's so many names, Schumacher, fantastic, Niki Lauda, they're all great names.
And it's difficult to say because
Difficult
it's
to
always
say
changing.
different time.
Yeah, different time.
But for us, Ayrton,
Ayrton is
For sure.
amazing. Well, I really like hip hop and rap music. Every time I go to the gym, I listen to those type of music. I even have a friend in Las Vegas producing music as well. But I don't know any big stars, to be honest. Of
So
the
if you had to
music industry.
choose,
I'm a big Eminem fan. Really big Eminem fan. Always been so. Eminem.
no, I think Formula One is going through a new period of the new rules, with the new cars this year. I think we'll be very excited to see the cars in Australia. I think the drivers, not the drivers, the ambience of Formula One, it has to give more freedom for the drivers to express their personality. Every driver that's going to say something now, the PR say, don't say this, don't say that. And every driver still have the personality. They have to expose more their personality. I think the future of Formula One, they should expose more the drivers and the drivers now inside the motorhome, inside the team.
Should be with the
And
fans.
the fans want to see the drivers. The athlete has to be there, the face, the personality. We need that back. I hope the new group for Formula One will show more the driver. Because that's what the fans like. What's the public like? The human being behind. Like the tennis
It's a bit what
players,
NASCAR did.
Nadal, Federer, they are the show. NASCAR make a great show in
NASCAR makes a
America.
great show.
Indy drivers, Formula One drivers has to be more. I hope they'll present more. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's amazing. First of all, the car has a lot of downforce, a lot of power as well. And I've never driven a Formula One car, but from all the cars I've driven, it's the best car by far. even with the Michelin tires that they use, is just amazing. And it's a really competitive championship. This year we're going to be joining with the WEC Series, racing in Austin, Texas, Mexico City, Bahrain. So that's going to be amazing. And like I said, driving with the Lotus car, we're going to have a really competitive car underneath me. And I'll be fighting for the championship, hopefully. That's the goal.